This is the most popular answer to pawn to e4 in the history of chess, and it is not even close. It has beaten world champions. Half the beginner books tell you to avoid it because it is too complicated. It is not. Let me show you. White plays pawn to e4 and grabs the middle of the board. Most people answer with pawn to e5 and copy him. We are not doing that. Pawn to c5. The Sicilian defense. It does not copy white, it attacks the center from the side, and it does something sneaky. If those pawns ever trade, white loses a center pawn and you keep yours. You come out of the opening with more center than he has. Now white picks a weapon, and there are 6 he actually plays. Knight to f3, 54%. Knight to c3, 10. Bishop to c4, 10. Pawn to d4, 9. Pawn to c3, 5. Pawn to f4, 5. That is 93% of everything you will ever face. And here is the good news. 5 of those 6 are people trying to dodge the Real Sicilian, and against every single one of them the engine says you are already fine. Only knight to f3 asks a serious question. So we focus on the big one. Knight to f3, the move that leads to the Open Sicilian and the sharpest chess on the planet. Knight to f3. He is preparing pawn to d4, and he wants to blow the center wide open. Pawn to d6. Quiet, and it does the one job that matters. It takes the e5 square away from his pieces before they ever get there. Pawn to d4. There it is, the big break, and now you take. Pawn takes d4. And this is the trade the whole opening was built on. Count the center pawns now. He has one, on e4. His c-pawn is gone forever, and yours is the one that took it. Knight takes back and lands in the middle. Knight to f6, and this is not just development. It attacks e4 and forces him to spend a move defending it. Knight to c3, defending the pawn. He had no real choice. And now pawn to a6. The Najdorf. The most famous move in the Sicilian, and everybody asks the same thing. Why spend a whole move on a rook pawn? Because of one square. b5 belongs to his knight and his bishop, and both of them would love to jump in there and pester you. Pawn to a6 says no. It is not a wasted move, it is a locked door. And I am not going to pretend this is equal, because white is a bit better here, like he is in every opening. What you get instead is a position where both sides are playing for a win. Nobody draws these. That is why Fischer and Kasparov built careers on it. One more thing before we move on, because it happens constantly. Rewind to move 2. Say you develop with knight to c6 instead. Bishop to b5. The Rossolimo, and this is the most annoying anti-Sicilian there is. He wants to take your knight and wreck your pawn structure. Pawn to g6, and just let him. Your bishop is coming to g7 on the long diagonal. He takes. And you take back with the d-pawn, not the b-pawn. Yes, the pawns are doubled. You also have 2 bishops, an open d-file and a rock-solid center. Handing someone the bishop pair is not the punishment he thinks it is. Back to the start, and we focus on knight to c3, the closed Sicilian. Knight to c3. He is not opening anything. He wants a slow build-up with pawn to g3 and a bishop on g2. Knight to c6. Fine. We can build too. Pawn to g3. Pawn to g6. Copy him. Genuinely, just copy him. Bishop to g2 for white. Bishop to g7 for you, on the same long diagonal. Pawn to d3. Pawn to d6, and look at that bar. Dead level, if anything a hair better for black. He dodged the Sicilian to get an easier game and ended up in a position where you are the one with the extra center pawn. Back again, and we focus on bishop to c4. It has a name nobody uses, the Bowdler Attack, and you will meet it constantly. Bishop to c4, staring at f7 like a 4-move checkmate is coming. It is not. Pawn to e6. One move, and that bishop is biting on granite. It has no future on that diagonal, and pawn to d5 is coming to kick it. Knight to f3. Knight to f6, and the engine calls this exactly 0. Dead equal on move 3 against a player who thought he was attacking you. Develop, play pawn to d5 when you are ready, and that bishop spends the rest of the game retreating. Now we focus on pawn to d4, the Smith-Morra Gambit, and this is the scariest looking one on the list. Pawn to d4 straight away. You take, obviously. And pawn to c3. He is offering a second pawn to rip open the c-file and the d-file and throw every piece he owns at you. Morra players live for this. Take it. And I know that feels wrong, so I checked both. Declining actually scores worse for you than accepting. Take the pawn, give it back later, and be a solid human being. He recaptures and gets the fast development he paid for. Pawn to d6. The single most important move in this whole variation. It stops pawn to e5 and it kills his attacking plan before it starts. Knight to f3. Pawn to e6, and you have a fortress. No checks, no forks, no cheap tricks, and you are a pawn up while he explains to himself why that is fine. Nearly equal, and you are the one holding the extra pawn. 2 left. We focus on pawn to c3, the Alapin, and this one is a proper positional try, not a trick. Pawn to c3. He wants pawn to d4 next and a big pawn center, with the c-pawn recapturing instead of a piece. Knight to f6. Hit him first. He has to deal with the attack on e4 before he builds anything at all. Pawn to e5, kicking you. Knight to d5, and it is very comfortable there. Now he builds the center. And you take it apart immediately. Knight to f3, planning to recapture. Knight to c6, hitting that pawn a second time. A normal, same position where white is a fraction better and nobody is getting mated. If your opponent wanted a quiet life, congratulations, you both got one. Last one. Pawn to f4. Pawn to f4. He is going for a grand Prix attack, and the plan is genuinely dangerous. Bishop to c4, queen to e1, swing her to h4, mate you on the king side. So do not let him have it. Pawn to d5, right into the middle, right now. The move he just played did nothing for the center, and this is how you punish that. He has to take. And here is the move. Knight to f6, not queen takes d5. You leave the pawn sitting there so his knight cannot come to c3 with tempo, and you win it back next move on your terms. The bar says dead level, and that whole attack he wanted never happens. So that is the Sicilian. 1 pawn move, 6 things white can try, and against 5 of them you are already fine by move 3. It is not too complicated for you. It is a pawn on c5 that refuses to be symmetrical, and it will win you more games than any other reply to pawn to e4. If that is your kind of chess, hit like and subscribe, and tell me which one you want next in the comments.